Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Filler. We're usually here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman, and today with me we have my good friend Maho.
Hi.
Into the microphone, Maho.
Hi.
We're doing this special filler episode, all the way from Japan. We haven't really posted much about being in Japan, but I am in Japan. My good friend Maho is taking me around, showing me the sights, and we're just gonna do a little filler here. We're here at this record cafe, Rikoko. They let you show up and listen to some records and have some treats and drinks, and it's very nice. It's all on Instagram, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Nice.
So, anything you want to say to the folks, Maho? Any
Nice to see you.
nice to see you. Yes, I met Maho in Florida, like a long time ago, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Like
it was last October.
Year? Last October? Yeah, last October we met. We did karaoke.
Karaoke.
Yeah, Maho's a friend of a friend. And then I told her I was coming to Japan, and she said she'd show me around. And she did not disappoint. She held up her part of the bargain. So we went out. We did conveyor belt sushi.
Conveyor belt sushi.
Which was crazy good.
Good.
You got a lot of food for like, what was it? 8,000 yen is less than $100.
Yeah, maybe $70.
$70. Yeah,
less than $70.
Less than $70, and that's between the three of us. And it was me, our third co-host, Captain Kilimanjaro, Fred, and Maho. And we had like a bunch of biru, and they had like hamburger sushi. I had never had that before.
Yeah.
Hamburger sushi. Fred didn't believe me.
Sushi too.
Omuru? Oh yes.
Omelets.
Yes, with ketchup.
Ketchup.
Yes, it was super nice. Super nice. A lot of food for like $7. And then we did karaoke again. We love karaoke. Karaoke in Japan is pretty cool. It's different. I don't think we have anything like that. Karaoke, not in America, where it's like just us in the room.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was fun.
It was fun.
And they had a lot more. They had a lot more songs than they do in like regular karaoke.
Yeah.
So when I host karaoke, I just do it off of YouTube. So any song, I just pull it up, and if they have it, which most of the times they do, but no, this was like a karaoke machine, and they had like new songs. They Drake, Not Like Us.
Not like us.
But I think Maho put on all the songs from the animes, which she knew the songs. That was pretty cool. No, it was a good time. It was a good time. And the night's still young too. The night's still young. We can still go. We can still go, and we have so much to do. There's so much to do. So Maho, let the listeners know. Let them know. We usually do a segment called "What You're Reading, What You're Watching, What You're Playing." So I know you're not really a gamer girl, but what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
You were telling me you were watching some idol show, Japanese Idol.
Yeah. On Netflix.
On Netflix.
大丈夫です。
Japanese Idol, is that what it's called? Japanese Idol?
Yeah.
He says really
They
popular.
call Timeless.
Timeless? Okay. And
They are so popular.
Is it the first season right now, or it's been?
That's already finished.
It's finished.
And the members selected
already.
And their debut starts to.
Okay. This year?
Yeah, this year.
Nice.
TV show. Every TV show.
That's cool. Yeah, it's pretty hot then.
Hot.
But tell me more about this Japanese Idol. Do you have a favorite? Is the guy who won? Do you like him or no? Is he a good singer?
Yeah, good.
He's good. Okay.
I think 3 people were in
the
another group.
Oh, okay. And they went solo?
No. They were 5. Started to 5 people.
Okay.
But 2 people left.
Okay.
I think 2 years ago. So they wanted to join more people to get big. bigger.
Yeah.
And 5 people selected. So now 8 people in a group among.
Okay.
8 guys, 8 idols.
8 idols. All in the same group?
In the same group.
Okay, cool. I feel like it's like that a lot. There's not a lot of solo artists, right? Everybody's in like groups.
In the groups, yeah.
Somebody that I know by name is Jay Park.
Jay Park.
He's Korean though, right?
Yeah, he is Korean.
Yeah, but he
Korean has like audition.
Audition.
Yeah.
They have all
idol culture. They have.
Yeah.
So.
But it's new in Japan to do it like that, like to do like a Japanese idol.
Yeah, do the same thing.
Yeah, and it's popular, like you said. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We've been had American Idol and So You Think You Can Dance and we have so many shows like that over there. It was cool to see it. And who's the judge? Anybody famous or the judge for?
Judge for 3 people, like 3 idols.
3 other idols?
3 other idols. Find new members.
Okay, to be on the show?
They judged by themselves.
Who, give me some names. Any names? You know their names?
Names?
Yeah, so you watch the show? Oh, okay. I just have to believe.
Like a leader?
Yeah. Just the judges' names.
Judge.
Yeah.
So Matsushima and Shori Sato.
Okay. And they're famous people? That's cool.
Very famous.
Yeah, because at least for our idols, for our American idols, we have like a mix of like singers and just people who just judge music. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's what you've been watching. For me, reading, playing, and watching. What have I been reading? I was on the train. I was on the train too, and on the plane, and I was reading some more of Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai.
Yeah, I have it in my bag.
Okay.
It's a manga. It's about this black samurai with a big afro, but it's in black and white, but it's got color.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
This is like one of my favorites, like of all time.
This is Japanese.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I like that it's black and white, but then it's got the
What's this? Oh,
yeah, it's my bookmark.
Like
the bookmark.
Bookmark.
Yeah. So I got this one and another one. So I read it on the plane, and then a little bit on the train. But
trains are packed, right?
So most of the times they are packed. On the way back from the mall, it was not packed. So then I was actually able to sit down. Like today was the first day I've been able to sit down on the train.
You went to Diversity Tokyo, right? Diversity Tokyo.
Yep. Yeah, we saw the Gundam. Yeah,
Gundam statue.
Yes, he moved. He transformed from one. He was a big statue, Yeah, we did that. And we did a bunch of stuff, a lot of little shopping or whatever. I got my son a hat. I got a bunch of knickknacks for my friends. It's Mother's Day, so I got my mom something.
Nice Mother's Day.
Yeah, today's Mother's Day. Did you wish your mom a happy Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Japanese anything like food or gift or anything so far?
Well, the listeners know I like anime. I like anime. I do like cherry blossoms. Favorite Japanese something?
Oh, great!
Wow, look who just showed up. How many minutes do we have left?
Probably not.
All right.
Time break.
Back after these commercial breaks.
Torita! Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Filler. We're usually here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And today with me is my co-host, Captain Kilimanjaro.
Sheesh. You already know what it is, dog. CP and KO, and it is just another day in the norm. Although it's not really the norm now, is it?
No, this is abnormal for us to be out here. This is a filler coming to you from Japan.
The homeland.
The homeland of what? Not your homeland.
No, I mean, low key, you might as well be over here.
We've been kind of like, absent online or whatever, but that's because I've been on vacation. We've been on vacation for the past a week and a half, and we have another half week to go. But yeah, we're doing Japan. The norm is taking Japan. We've been all over, I feel like, at least all over Tokyo.
Right.
But we're sad that our third couldn't be here.
I know.
Brother number 1.5, brother number 1.2,
1.34 quarter. We tried, bro. We
Kid
tried.
Lewis, yeah, he wasn't able to make it. He's with his family though, so he sends his regards. I hope he's listening to this episode.
Yes, exactly.
Letting him know that we miss him.
Cheers to my dog.
We're sipping on some plum sake that we got from the liquor store down the street.
Down the street, bro. Everything's down the street.
everything is down the street. At least for our Airbnb.
Right.
We went to a different side of Japan, and it looks like they still had a lot of local stuff, even though, because we're kind of, we're in Tokyo, but we're also in a really good area in Tokyo, Minato City.
Right.
So it's kind of nightlife. It's kind of family. We've been seeing a lot of, people to and from school, businessmen, but it's still...
Dang old salary man, but
yeah. Well, just like young businessmen.
Well, school kids, bro.
School kids, yeah. But they're dressed like the school kids are dressed like salarymen. They're dressed like in suit and tie. We've been seeing them on the train, so
that's how it goes, bro.
Just want to give you guys a little bit of our experience. So, Captain Kilimanjaro, what can you remember from day one? You've been here so long, 10 days now. So what?
Oh my God!
What do you know now that you didn't know day one?
Yeah, everything.
Tell me.
I mean, I don't even. Where did this start?
We got in jet lagged.
Well, I mean, it didn't hit the way I thought it was going to.
No, for us it hit, for you and I specifically, because we also came with another friend of ours, Gabe, who also might be listening to this episode. So shout out to Gabi,
right?
Who had to leave us a couple days early, due to a fear of dying above the Newark airport. But yeah, no, for you and I, the jet lag didn't hit until maybe 2 days later. But for him, it was right away.
Oh, yeah.
He fucking got here and knocked the hell out.
Well, he was pissed, man. What do you mean?
So that's a good place to start. So how was the flight for you?
I mean, my flight was straight. You know what I mean? There was only, there was just one lady sitting next to me.
Really?
But it was in between. Yeah, but there was the seat in between was open.
So wow, really? That's lucky.
And there was only one crying baby, and it was only a crying baby for a small portion of the flight.
Okay.
In the 13 hours. You know what I mean? So yeah,
that's very fortunate. That's very lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the trade off is I didn't get Pokemon, trailers and whatnot. But...
Yeah. So on our flight, it was jam packed. I was sitting between two ladies, one old and one of a mysterious age. She had her mask on. I couldn't tell if she was young, or if she was my age, young.
I would say shout out to the Asian ladies, man. You can never really tell how old they are. Even if they are older, you just really wouldn't know, to be honest.
Yeah, especially when they're wearing the mask.
Right.
But the old lady was she wasn't rude, but she was just she was just old. I don't want to say entitled, but she was owning the armrest. She was bumping into me and shit, and she was just,
the way it goes.
She had a little bit of issues too with the staff working there. Mm. But and then the other lady, she was nice. She was out of the way or whatever. She was falling asleep on me, kind of. So I was trying not to be rude and wake her up or whatever. But I also didn't want her to, because we were jam packed, bro.
Damn.
But yeah, so what you were talking about is we had our in-flight. What is it? Instructions?
Yeah, the safety instructions or whatever.
Yeah, before you take off and when you land, I had Pokemon all throughout it. And like a fool, I did not take a video of it, but it was legit, super surreal. It was here's Pikachu telling me how to, open the life raft, what to do if the plane falls out of the sky, things like that.
They got a Whalmer or a Whale Lord waiting for you.
They had so much, bro. It was full of Pokemon, and I was like, "Is this an official video?" And it was.
I think so.
It was ANA. I forget what it is now, but that was
National Airlines.
I think so. It was just super cool, super dope. If I could find the video, I'll try to post it on our Instagram or something. But man, that shit was fucking fire. But then Gabe was pissed because the flight was just ass, bro. It was 13 plus hours, 13 and a half, maybe pushing 14 hours. And it was just, too much, bro. Him and I sat in the economy parts. So we were dead center in the middle. He was in the dead center of the plane. He was out of 3 rows.
At an exit row?
No, I was in the middle. He was in the center of the plane. So, he was able to get up and down, but he just wasn't able to sleep. Every time I looked over, he looked like he was asleep, but then I would just see that he just wasn't. So
trying and angry.
Yeah.
Trying and pissed.
So as soon as we got off, he was a little bit cranky. But then we got the cab. We did our, exchange or whatever. Got to the Airbnb. He fucking passed out. You and I walked around the block, saw, what was local or like super, super nearby. Went to the 7-Eleven, got familiar with that. We went to the Harry Potter's cafe that's like nearby.
Yeah.
We didn't go in the cafe, but they had like a little shop or whatever, which was kind of weird to see. And I was hoping there would be more Japanese stuff there, but
Harry Potter though.
Yeah, but I thought it'd be like a mix, they had chopsticks, but I thought they would have like Japanese characters on like Harry Potter books or something, and they just did not, which is fine or whatever. But
I feel like Harry Potter is not one of those things that translates like that. Like I feel like Harry Potter is kind of just what it is. You know what I mean?
No, man, you put Japanese on it. Just fucking, we're in Japan. We're in Nihon.
I mean, yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was fine.
Right.
But then we went to McDonald's. So we saw McDonald's.
Maku.
That was day one.
It still sucks over here too.
It still sucks.
So,
It's still McDonald's. Like
they got crazy shit over here. But
they do.
It's just not.
Yeah, they got the tumor burgers. Those burgers have like a lump, like when they like when you hit Tom and Jerry on the head and they got those lumps. Yeah, the burgers had those.
I had a chicken burger that had egg salad on it.
Yeah,
bro.
They had I had a Grimace shake. They had the Grimace shake still out here. I sent it to my girl. They had a cheese double cheeseburger, and I haven't had it yet. I think I want it tomorrow, or somewhere before we leave. But it looks pretty good.
That's how I feel about the Grimace shake. I will say, like, oh my god, bro, that was one of the main things about coming here is the food, bro. Because even though it still sucks, like if I have Mac back at home, I'm fucked. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm out for like a day or two.
Right, really?
That shit's backing me up for like half a day. Not the case here. Not the case here. It still don't taste great. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, it's fast food.
It's just better, bro.
Yeah.
It's just better, bro.
So let's go into that. Wow. So how do you feel about the restaurants? How do you feel about the food? There's one restaurant that we haven't been able to eat. It's like right outside the Airbnb, but it is jam-packed with people always.
That shit's banging. You know it's good. Like if all the locals have that bitch filled up every day that is open,
yeah,
it has to be good. Bro.
They're like standing out in the rain waiting to get that food.
Because the thing is, like, it's a line all the time. Like the inside of the place is like a sit down,
but it's small. So I saw they have a diagram. There's like 6 chairs at most, 2 and then 4.
Yeah, like in the inside.
Yeah, it's kind of like that ramen spot that we had last night.
Right. There was a line for that too. There was a line. It was good.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It was crazy good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had instructions on how to eat the food or how to fully enjoy, how to maximize it. Let me see. I think I have it on my phone.
Probably.
Yeah, and I took a picture of it.
Nice.
Just because it was kind of like best way to enjoy Tsujita's Tatsuken Men. I'll do that again. The best way to enjoy Tsujita's Tsukenmen.
There you go. Feel it.
Yeah. First, please enjoy the original flavor without adding any citrus juice or black sashimi, which are my friend that we've been our friend now that we've been going out with. Maho, shout out to Maho. She loves spicy foods, and she was putting that shit on everything. Everywhere we go, she knew which was the spice. So first enjoy without adding any spice. When finishing one of 3 sessions and blend the noodles with some citrus juice. Then season the left one of 3 noodles with some black sashimi. Lastly, don't forget to give our sauce and soup stock a try. Just hand our staff your sauce bowl and then they will add the broth. That's what I was asking you last night because you had finished or whatever. But what Maho was doing, she said you're supposed to give them the bowl. Then they give you the broth from the soup that you just had. And you're supposed to, drink that or whatever. But I was just so full. I was crazy full. I had the noodles. Maho wasn't eating her noodles. So she was giving me hers. And I had rice.
Yeah, rice too.
Yeah, it was nice. That shit was fucking fire. I wish I could take it. If I had brought, I didn't bring anything. But if I had brought a
like Tupperware or something,
I would have definitely brought it. I've been eating that shit in the club.
Nah, oh my god, I know. Low key. No, because I had soup. Like what they consider soup is like just all of that together. Like it's the ramen that we have back home. That's, you know what I mean? So it was just all already put together versus like having to like have it separated and then do it how you want.
Right.
So I was just like,
so you didn't have any noodles in it?
No, there was noodles in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the noodles and the other pieces of like, you know, the essential ramen.
Yeah.
You know? But it was all like the broth was already in there. So I didn't have to worry about, you know.
Yeah. No, mine had broth too, though. No, that shit was fire.
Which was really good, bro.
Any other standout restaurants? We had conveyor belt sushi.
Yeah.
One of the first days. Yeah. That shit was pretty nice.
Too, yeah. It was cool and the sushi was pretty straight. So
yeah, and it was inexpensive.
Right.
I think it was like 8,000 yen for the three of us. That's crazy.
But it's all you can eat too, though.
No.
Yeah. No?
No, you pay per.
Oh. I mean, it's all right, but
yeah. No, it was nice.
Good. No, it was definitely good though. Definitely an experience for sure.
Yeah, they send you they send you everything on the same conveyor belt. They send you the beer, the ramen, the fucking sushi, everything off. You just order it on this little tablet and they just send it to you.
All right. And then one like you put, I think what the hell was the bottom one used? Oh, it was like advertisements or some shit on the bottom.
Of the tablet?
No, because it was the first conveyor belt on the top was the food.
Oh,
and then
right,
the one
right,
on
right.
the bottom, they just had a bunch of Honkai Star Rail shit.
Right.
I don't know why it's so jumping right now, but
I don't know. I thought there was gonna be food there.
Right.
Maybe
like
they
special
used to
service or whatever.
Maybe they used to, or maybe that's where you used to put your empty plates or something. But
that's what I thought it was gonna be. But
yeah, but no, Maho was like just stack them, you know. And I kind of like stacking them because then you can see how much you've eaten, you know, by the empty bowls.
No, man, this shit's amazing.
No, it's good. They had like hamburger sushi, which I had never had before.
Right.
It's just hamburger over and rice. They had chicken sushi, which you didn't think that they would have.
I didn't think they would, bro.
But they had it.
They did.
Chicken sushi.
They're real big on like fried chicken here, and I didn't realize that until like
it's nice
after.
Too. Yeah.
Got to get a famichiki before.
Famichiki?
Yeah.
Is that a restaurant?
No, it's just some stuff that they have like at the kombini. It's like a Jesus Christ, a fried boneless chicken.
Okay.
That you just get. So
I'll check it out for sure.
I will say.
I kind of thought they would have chicken, man. Like you can't not have chicken.
Chicken at a sushi spot though.
All 7 continents have chicken.
I mean, yeah, bro. Yes. No, man, it doesn't even make any sense.
Chicken,
sushi,
bro.
No, raw chicken, you salmonella,
not raw
finger
chicken.
licking good.
It wasn't raw at all.
It wasn't raw, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's they even have. I mean, they even had horse meat. Which they did, and it wasn't bad. Which I don't know how I feel about that.
I did not have it. I wasn't as brave. I know too many horses to.
I mean, me too. But I mean,
I don't know any chickens by their first name.
Glue or meat, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
poison.
I guess. Any other restaurants?
Yeah, actually, I don't know what the actual places are. I wish I could like have like a picture of them or whatever. But our friend Gabe got a DoorDash.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh my god,
the burger place or the other one?
Both.
The omurice, right?
Omurice was one of my main food missions when I got here.
Yeah.
I knew I had to have omurice, but I just didn't think of where to get it from. And I know there's a place out here that's famous for it, but it's not here. I think it's actually in Osaka.
Okay, well, we might get it. We might.
I was about to say, so maybe we might have to take a look at that. But I was like, all right, well, we'll just figure it out as the time goes. And Gabe was like, yo, there's an omurice spot. And I was like, okay. Bro, it was extravagant, bro. It was amazing. Like, I can't even describe to you how good this is. Omurice is just rice with like egg and like whatever else that you want, but it's just like the way they put it all together.
Yeah.
And the ketchup is not a ketchup we have back home where it's just like all bullshit. Like
the ketchup was kind of throwing me off. I was like, why would you put ketchup? I'm not really a ketchup on eggs kind of guy.
But it's real ketchup though. Like it's real tomato sauce that they make.
Okay.
As like a ketchup sauce. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, it just hits, bro.
Yeah.
It just hits.
No, it was super, super nice.
And then on top, and they give you a shitload of rice too. If you could opt in for more rice, bro,
which I did.
This shit. Yeah, nah, bro, you were eating that shit for like 3 days.
I did.
4 days.
I was, yeah.
That shit was so good. And then I gotta say it out loud, and anybody can feel how they want, but everybody says that burgers are American, bro, but the best burger I ever had was in Nihon, dog.
Really? That was the best burger you ever had?
The best burger I've had in my 30 years of existence has been in Japan.
Wow,
bro.
really?
Absolutely. Hands
some
down.
bold claims. I don't know if that was the best burger. It was a really, really good burger.
It was the best burger, hands down, bro, for me.
Is it the best burger because it was your most recent burger?
No.
Did you have egg? Oh, I think Gabe
I
had
got
egg.
the mushroom and
You did have the
mozzarella.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, bro.
Okay.
And their potato chips are like real potatoes, which that's not even including like the Pringles, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're talking about like what you get from the actual place as like a side.
Yeah, those chips were nice.
Those chips were really
I didn't
good,
get any fries because I thought they were going to be soggy, and I did taste Gabe's, and they were pretty nice.
Right.
But they still were kind of soggy.
Right.
But they're still nice. But no, I got the chips. Yeah.
And the mozzarella sticks were hard as fuck too.
Yes. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
The food was super nice.
Yes, bro. Oh my god. It was one of the things I was looking forward to the most because, you know, like you always see a lot of videos. I mean, if you look into some of these things and then, the algorithm just hits it for you.
I didn't. So we have like the Instagram chat where we're looking at like certain things like to do and see out here or whatever.
Right.
But I've never been into like looking at videos of people who go to Japan and like just walk through the city of Japan or whatever. I don't know. Like I know it through anime, but in some videos of like live action, but not like, oh, my day in Japan. Somebody's just,
No, yeah. I mean, we don't really do vlogs. Like,
right.
I mean, we don't look at vlogs day to day, but
yeah. Or at least I don't really.
That's what I'm saying. No, because what started for me is like when I came out here, one of my main missions, other than like food and shit, was cards. Like I was all about the card shit. So
yeah, talk about that.
I mean, I don't.
Every place we went to, Fred was like, "Where are the cards, bro?"
No, but they have a lot of places though. Like I know I had looked for one. I guess because my algorithm knows, like I look for card shit too. So
yeah,
like it was saying like different places. Like when we hit Trader Two's,
yeah,
they didn't even know, or not Trader Two, Jungle. I didn't even know that there was a card shop right under it.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, because there are card shops a lot of places, but that was actually a really nice one.
That's what I'm saying.
That was like a legit one that people would like show up and maybe like do tournaments and things like that.
Yeah, and I mean the stuff was overpriced, but I think it's because of how popular they are. Yeah,
overpriced. Really?
Because I went to another one. It was the one that we had passed one day.
Okay.
And it was when you went to get to the Carl's, and then I walked across the street, and it was like it was bro. I cannot stress this enough. You have to find the small spots.
It was kind of small.
Have to find.
Well, it was kind of big once you got in there, but
no. But that's what I'm saying though, because like when I went to the card spot, it was like. It was just like it was not really a little sign, but like a sign that it doesn't scream flashy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the entrance was super small. Like you have to go in, you walk up the stairs.
You got to duck underneath.
No, I really had to, like for real.
All right.
But then I went upstairs, and then they had like really good singles that I got like 6 or 7 at that one store. And they were cheaper than the other places. So,
did you see any American cards at all? Like this whole trip so far?
No,
because I was kind of looking, and then like in any game, they didn't have any American cards.
I don't think because me and Gabe were kind of talking about it, and
because we have Japanese cards, I feel like
right. But the thing is, I don't know if they find it worth. Like, because the way Gabe was putting it, he was like, well, you're kind of assuming that it works both ways, and it could not work both ways. And I was just like, I didn't really think about it like that, but it does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, the same card in Japanese is going to be worth less in America than the American card is.
Right. Yeah. Because that shop, because when you said they were overpriced, I thought they were like, I mean, I don't know anything about cards. I don't know if they were fairly priced, but they were fairly low. They had so many of them. Yeah. I was like, bro, they like everything in the shelf was
available,
holographic or whatever. Yeah, it was like shiny. So like, we don't have like that.
Yeah. Like you can't, because the thing is, you can't do shit like that over there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because they have full arts, they got SIRs, like all that shit is just on display for you to just get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's because of, Japanese culture and how everything is. Like, you can do shit like that here. You can't do shit like that over there in America, bro.
Tell me.
No, people will steal that shit.
Steal?
People will kill each other over that shit.
No.
I can promise
Yu-Gi-Oh
to
players
you.
are not killing anybody besides...
Nah, bro. Yu-Gi-Oh players. Like, no, none of the players are gonna do that shit.
Even the Pokemon players.
The players are not gonna do that shit. But the people who buy in bulk and sell just to do that shit, they fucking will, bro, because they're animals like that.
You think so?
Yes, bro. I'm telling you, bro. We have just now one of the GameStops, because I'm seeing stuff about it, and there are people lining up with generators like overnight.
But they're encouraging that though.
I mean, GameStop at the top is encouraging that bullshit, bro.
You don't like it? You don't like the...
No, I don't. It sucks, to be honest.
It's like a festivity. It's like,
because
it's like midnight.
The thing is, they will do that shit on their own accord, and all of the people who work at GameStop will have to suffer for it.
What do they suffer?
To deal with whatever's on the back end, because most of the time people aren't
like,
cool
if somebody needs
it.
to jump for their generator.
No, like
you
if
have to
people
jump
have fights and shit like that, and you have to deal with that, or if people are like crazy, and you know what I mean, like then you'd have to deal with shit like that. But this, and then there's ordinances too. Like other stores have gotten like cops called on them because the lines are too long in their fucking areas and bullshit like that.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like it's not. We just don't have the class over there that we do here. And even here, they put limits on shit too. But I mean, I don't know. It's just more streamlined. Everything is more streamlined here. Everything is way more concise here. You even have to walk on a particular side of the street.
Well, so let's talk about that. How you feel about the buses? How you feel about the trains and because we did ride a bus on the way to the thrift store, to the toy museum.
Right.
Was our first day riding the bus. It was pretty nice. It was kind of smaller than I thought it was going to be, but they have, more routes and more buses.
Well, it's because the other half of the big ass building is the actual studio.
The toy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying in general, the buses though.
The buses, the bus is straight. I like the train more than the bus.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you like about the train?
I don't know, bro. Like everything about it, like the way it goes. Even the subway in New York is like, even though it's similar, I don't know, bro. Just the way it all works. You know what I mean? You have to be quiet on the fucking train. If you're not, you get fucking shunned and people look at you disdained.
No, so let me say. I was talking to Maho about it, and it is true that Japan, by a whole, they are more of a more quiet people. So they don't do a lot of unnecessary talking or whatever. But for the most part, they're kind of quiet. But when you're talking about you would get shunned. Like, not really.
Okay, I'm not. I mean, I'm being exaggerated when you say shunned, but like people don't care. So it's like,
right. There's been plenty of times where people were like, talking and carrying on the trains, in the stations, in the elevators.
I feel like those are younger kids, though.
Not even. There was there was a group of moms. I'll just say mom age. And we were all in the elevators, and they were just like
mom age.
They were just
in Japan, bro.
Like maybe like 40s, 50s, and they were just talking to each other. They were just talking about their day or whatever while we were in the elevator, and they're not obnoxious for sure.
No, not by any means.
But it's not a library city.
Right.
You are allowed to have a conversation. You are allowed to talk to each other out loud. There's been a bunch of times where Gabe reached over to me and was like, "Hey, it's a lot louder in here than I thought it was going to be." Yeah. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's because they're allowed to school just let out.
Right.
They're just talking about their day." We were in the train on the way from the mall, and there was two groups. There was plenty of groups, but there were two groups in particular that I was pointing out. A group of people who got off of work and a group of people who got off of school, and they were both talking loud. And it's just, it's just like that.
To be honest.
But I will say, yes, on a whole, Japanese are a quieter people. And I'll even go as far as to say they're more considerate.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot of people that sleep on the trains as well. So even though I had to like take a nap every now and then.
Yeah, I know.
Like when we were on the way back from the club that one night. What? I fucking fell asleep. I fell asleep on the train. I 100% did.
I had to get some weeks, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get a power up.
Yeah.
Everything's just so different, bro.
But you like how efficient the trains are, and
yeah, I love it, bro. And it's not like the next train is
Like 4 minutes away.
Not even a 5-minute wait.
Right.
I had to learn the hard way that they don't run like
in a circle,
in a circular motion. Yeah, they just go back and forth. They only run in 2 directions. But like as long as you know where you're supposed to get off, you're pretty much good, bro.
And they have signs everywhere, like that shows you how far this train will go or whatever.
Yeah, Pasmo is saved my life, bro.
Pasmo, yeah, that shit works for the trains, bro. The bus, and something else too. I think maybe
even the like the combinis and shit too. You can use Pasmos.
I think so. Yeah,
yeah, you can.
Yeah, Maho, she ordered food off her Pasmo or her it was something else. Or a Suichi card,
right?
Her Suichi card,
bro. Everything.
I was like, what?
Like you don't like the way you need a debit card or a credit card for everything in like America is a Pasmo for here.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can load it however you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's their way of keeping the money in that system type of deal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a custom Pasmo.
Yeah, me too.
We got my name on it or whatever. It's pretty dope.
Might frame that shit.
Yeah. Speaking of, how do you feel about Shibuya, bro? We fucking spent a bunch of time in Shibuya.
We did, man. Shibuya is it's that place, bro. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? Like as far as if you ever want to see how many foreign people are in the country of Japan, you go to Shibuya. That's where they're all gonna be, bro. The Shibuya crossing is like legendary in its own right for numerous reasons.
Scramble,
but
the scramble, bro.
Man, it's just.
I mean, I know it could only be so big, but
right.
No, it looked a lot smaller than the way it looks like from 9 floors above.
Well, yeah.
Like once you're there, it's like you're there.
Well, that's the thing too. Like it's just I feel like JJK made it like a particular because the thing is they have a lot of places around it, and I'm gonna have to watch it again to be like fucking
I know
Leo and
Shibuya
from Wall Street,
Tokyo Drift.
Right.
They do a drift in Shibuya. I know Shibuya from a few different places, but Shibuya roll call,
Right. Oh my god, this nigga was singing that shit like every fucking day, bro, every time
because we were in Shibuya so much.
Oh my god, bro,
we were in Shibuya so much. There was a day where we went to Shibuya for something, then we went to the Don Quixote, then we had to go home to drop off all of our shit just to go back out to the clubs and restaurant back in Shibuya. And I'm like, bro, I told Maho, I'm like, I'm Mr. Shibuya out here.
Shibuya-san.
Yeah, no, she was hyping it up too. They do have a lot of good stuff out there. They have shops, restaurants.
I mean,
arcades.
Even the locals say that Shibuya is like
the place to go.
The place to be for like nightlife or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's nice. Yeah, that one in Shinjuku.
Right, what you say is the hood.
Yeah, I thought it was the hood. So Maho says it's where the young people go, the young people, like, middle school and up.
She's like, no, Shinjuku.
Shinjuku, man. That shit. So, a story. I was walking through the streets of Shinjuku. I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and I was on my headphones. So, I'm just talking to myself, kind of, with headphones on.
Right.
And there were so many people, like, approaching me for, like, milkmaids is what I'll call them. And maybe I'm adding milk. They're just maids or whatever, but
maid cafes,
but they had like milk on them. They had like a milk bottle or whatever. Bro, this guy, I thought he was asking me for directions, and he's Japanese, so I'm like, bro, I can't give you directions.
You live here.
Yeah. So he's asking me, oh, is your English okay? I'm like, yeah, my English is pretty good. So
on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 7.
Right, 7.5 maybe on a good day, depending on if I did a podcast that day.
Right.
And he asked me if I was interested in a pink massage, and I'm like, nah, I'm not really,
what?
None for me, bro. So then he shows me on his phone, like this girl or whatever, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. So whatever. So I'm walking around talking to my girl, and these brothers just fucking kept they would single me out, bro. Because there's mad people there.
You're a tourist, bro.
But they come and see me, and then they would shake my hand or whatever and get real close to me. And oh, what you trying to get into, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I'm on the phone, bro.
And I'm like, yeah, you call them what, barkers?
They're barkers, yeah. For anybody who has played the Yakuza series, they know what I'm talking about. But
tell me.
It's literally people who work for clubs or different kind of businesses or whatever. They get paid to bring people into those places.
Yeah.
Like they're walking advertisements pretty much, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's way more hands-on.
I was just approached by a different guy for a pink massage. So wasn't even really listening to them because I had my headphones on. So I kind of thought they were offering me the same thing. But bro, there was like a wall. You go down the street and there's a wall on both sides of people dressed in maid outfits with signs that says like 1,000 yen for like conversation is what they said. You know, we're a maid cafe where conversation is the priority. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
That's how it goes here, bro.
Yeah. So then the end that story, you know, I say no to like three of these guys.
Right.
And I hit the corner and I'm just walking kind of aimlessly. And I look back and there's one of the guys, he's like fucking following me. And I'm like, bro, what is this guy fucking following me for? So then I, hit back to the main area and then he stops following me. But there's also like cops everywhere. It's the ghetto, bro. Shinjuku is kind of the ghetto to me. But that is where they have the Godzilla head that peeks over the toy cinema. And that shit was fire. You can see a big ass Godzilla creeping over the top of a building. I don't know if it's every hour, but at least every 2 hours, he does like a Godzilla roar.
Like that.
Yeah, and it flashes up or whatever. We also went to go see the movies. We went to the movies out there. We went to go see Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
We saw it in IMAX. It was subbed in Japanese.
Which was interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. No, that movie was fire too.
It was really good. It was definitely way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, me too.
For sure.
I think as well. I heard it was good, but I also heard different movies were good and they ended up not being good. But
right.
I was like, whatever, we're here. I invited Maho to go out. That was her first like Marvel anything. Yeah, and she's a girl, so I kind of get it, but
Japanese girl, bro. And I feel like she's like a girl's girl. You know what I mean? Like.
This late in the game though, like you've never been to any kind of Marvel movie, seen a Marvel movie.
America, bro.
I guess
it's different out here.
Yeah.
You know she don't watch anime.
I know
Japanese girls don't give a shit about anime, bro.
Nah, that's untrue. I think she was capped for that.
I don't think
her friend was like, "What is she talking about?"
He even said that he only knows like the major ones because he was watching like the major ones
for sure.
Like a kid.
And you and I are weebs, and this is an anime podcast. But in America, not a lot of people watch. A lot of people are the same way. They only watch.
They were back then. Now I feel like
now they still only watch Demon Slayer, JJK, and Naruto and My Hero.
Fair. I think now it's more of an animation that it has to be super flashy versus, it's like an actual desire to want to watch anime. You know what I mean?
And even me, I haven't seen JJK. I'm not caught up on My Hero. Like I'm kind of, I'm not niche, but
My Hero, bro. I mean, I kind of watch like a certain.
I watch what I watch, but I watch a lot of TV in general. So anime is just one of those shows or one of those genres. But no, they watch anime out here. There's no way that they don't watch anime.
I feel like the amount of people that watch anime here is less than America, bro. Yeah. I think the only way it would be more if it came on, like if it were fucking WB kids, like how we had back over there.
Right, which they do have here. They do, not WB, but they do have like an anime station or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you watch that shit as a kid, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's all around you all the time here.
Only because I know that Japan's declining population means that they are not having a lot of people who are of age to even watch anime. But they have to. It's in everywhere. It's in the subways. It's in restaurants.
But you have to think about it though. If it's all around you all the time, what's the point of watching it?
What does that mean? What's the point?
It's overstimulation at that point. It's overindulgence. No. If it's all around there's no such thing as
overindulgence of Coca-Cola. Just because that's everywhere.
What the hell does that mean?
Coca-Cola is everywhere, but it's never sold out.
Yeah, because Americans, like over half of the population of America has fucking diabetes. So, I mean, what are we talking about right now?
We're talking about that there's anime everywhere, and that points to that people watch anime.
No, bro.
To say
people watch anime, of course.
There's a lot of people who don't even drink soda, but to say that Americans don't drink Coca-Cola is the same as saying Japanese people don't watch anime.
That's not true. That's definitely not true, and they're gonna sound off on this because what you said doesn't make sense.
All right. So speaking of, how was the Toy Animation Museum, which was free to get in, by the way?
It was free, and I was kind of surprised because I mean, like you said, it's a small place, but
Right.
you know, it's still cool. It's still cool as fuck. You know what I mean? They had the sand pod that we didn't get to see at the con.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
the space pod, the sand pod.
They have some super fire figures there.
They did.
That
Huge,
I think
like,
they
humongous.
make there.
Maybe.
Like, I think so. Or
Maybe. They make anime there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have some of the artists probably like get it together and either somebody else makes them or they make them like on site or whatever because you can't even touch them. You know what I mean? So nah, bro, it's like it's pretty cool. And I got you get like a medal or like a little token or whatever.
Yeah, I thought you like pressed a penny or whatever.
I did that too, but I was at like a different place. But you can engrave your shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I got one, and it is kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's got Digimon on the back.
Yeah. You know, it was really nice. You even picked up a new anime that you want to watch.
Oh my god!
Detective
I am
Butt.
so excited to watch this Butt Man, bro. It is so funny. I had no idea this even existed before I got
I've seen
there.
him before, but definitely,
I've never seen him before, bro.
yeah,
Ever. And I was just like, you know what? This is my next anime because I do still have to catch it. Like Fire Force is back on. I still have to watch that.
right.
I need to rewatch the Shibuya incident for JJK, but nah, bro. I'm all about some Detective Butt, bro.
You see Detective Butt?
I think that's gonna be my new series, Detective Butt.
Oh,
for sure.
I mean, it can't be better than Case Closed.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Speaking of, we went to the Sky Tower.
Yes.
Which and you know, Case Closed in general is all over Japan. Like he's at McDonald's, he's at the Toy Animation Museum, he's just in all the subways. That, like, I didn't know how big it was out here, you know, as it is, but yeah, you go into the Sky Tree or whatever, and I guess they have a movie where they visit the Sky Tree. There's like a murder in the Sky Tree or whatever. But I mean, how was it? We went during the day.
Yeah.
And then we didn't go up because we were like, you know, we don't really have time. We were in between sumo, and then we went back later that night, and it was nice.
It was all right.
It's hard to tell, like, you know, because we were unfamiliar with the area, but it's hard to tell where everything is if you don't have the diagram. But
I think it might have been better in the daytime, bro.
You think so? And
Like,
we would have been able to see it?
Yeah, because I mean, one of the major things was that you can see Mount Fuji from there.
Yeah.
But in the nighttime, like,
No, you can't see it.
Fuck with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too foggy.
But I don't know. Like, it was still nice to be able to see. It's not as prominent as you would think it would be. Like, you know, like we had to just search really hard to find out where the Shibuya crossing was, and I feel like that would be one of the most lit places.
I mean, the whole city's lit though. Everything is lit.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you know, like, let me see, what would be the word I'm trying to find? Like the one that sticks out the most, you know?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't even that big. Like once you're on the 9th floor of the building that's directly next to it, then you can see how big it is.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's just another, you know,
I mean, you're hundreds
road.
of meters up too, though, bro.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, like you're mad high up.
Yeah, so if it's not another big monument, like how are you gonna tell a road from the next? You know,
that elevator was super crazy. You get into the elevator, and not only does it go fast as fuck, it tells you where you are and how fast you're going, and you feel your ears pop on the way up.
You do, you definitely do.
That's just
on the way up and down.
Yeah, that's just super crazy, but super cool at the same time.
Yeah, no, super nice. I got my battery confiscated there. I was trying to charge my camera, which I ended up taking a lot of photos on my phone, but I wanted to take them on my camera, but the camera was dead. But no, it was nice.
The typical American, I assume somebody stole it.
Yeah, I know. But, I don't know why. You and Gabe, we were just talking about how they don't do that out here.
I mean,
you can leave a family's worth of merchandise in a sumo.
I mean, they did. I feel like that's like a sanctioned event, though, so that makes more sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you have to buy tickets. I'm sure it's all recorded as well in the Sky Tree.
Oh yeah, to be honest, there are a lot of cameras everywhere, bro.
Yeah, they'll even tell you.
I didn't even notice that. I noticed that last night. I was like, God damn, this camera's like every fucking where, bro.
Yeah, good.
No matter where you go, even in the streets, they're just all everywhere.
Yep. Yep, nobody's committing any crimes when they're on camera.
I mean, I will say that, like, because I even seen a video of like in your first, like, say it's like your first week or your first month living in Japan or whatever. Like, you're always checking your windows and your doors and your locks.
Oh, really? Nah,
that would be me.
That would be you.
Yeah, because that's how I grew up. So like I would be on that, and then the transition is like a year after. And then the window's open, and he's like, "Oh, I must have forgot to close it last night."
Yeah, really. No, but you know how many bikes there were on the streets not tied up?
No, yeah, just
everywhere, everywhere,
being, bro.
Yeah, which was nice.
It is nice.
That's kind of how I live. I mean, I live in a good neighborhood.
It's nice breathing a change of pace. Like, I mean, I know that doesn't translate well, but
no,
you know what I mean?
I live like that, bro. I have good neighbors. Like, I don't think anybody's fucking with me. There was an incident where people, like these white girls, were going into my neighborhood and driving around and going through people's cars, but they don't live in the neighborhood, And a lot of them got them on camera. Everybody in my neighborhood has a ring, and we share each other's rings videos all the time.
Yeah, we have that shit too. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I'm a little bit of a delinquent, but I'm definitely not a thief.
Well, yeah, you have debaucheries of different tastes.
Yeah, I'm more chaotic neutral than evil. I would never steal a bike, even though those bikes were fucking dope too. Some of them were kind of lame, but most of them were kind of like nice. And I was like, wow, this guy doesn't even have his fucking bike, tied up.
What kind of asshole was he? Nah, bro. You're the asshole.
No. So not tie up the bike?
Yeah. No. It's nice, bro. It's super
We were
nice,
at the thrift shop too. And we found
I'm gonna go some shopping.
It was bittersweet, bro. I thought, and I won't even cap, bro. I was a little bit jealous that you picked up the DS, but I was happy for you because you did all the research and you were talking about it. You found it first, and I wasn't even looking for a DSi. I wanted a 3DS, but we went to a thrift shop and there was the Treasure Factory.
Yeah.
Which, besides the experience, which I'll let you speak to, they had a lot of inexpensive stuff. And it was like pristine. There was like retro Jordans there for like $100, and I'm like, these are $160 shoes, brand new, and they were brand new looking.
Well, that's what I was gonna say is that all the shit, most of the shit is like pristine. Like you couldn't really even tell that it was used. Like if you go to like that record store you went to, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the used shit, like you if it didn't have a used sticker on it, you wouldn't be able to know. You know what I mean?
Really, yeah.
So I was like, nah, man.
I got like 10 records, bro, and they were all 100 yen each, bro.
I was like, that's like a total of like $5.
Yeah, 100 yen is not even $1. 100 yen is like 70 cents.
Right.
And they were classical music albums.
Right.
Like Bach and Mozart's and shit. But it just had Japanese characters on it, or the kanji or whatever.
It's all trained. It's all the same music.
Yeah, yeah. That shit was fucking fire. I could spend all day in there. I went back there twice, but like 2 more times.
Oh my god, man! But no, same thing for the treasure chest. A lot of that shit was like very inexpensive, and I feel like for what you could, like, as far as electronics go, what you could test out, you probably should. But
you definitely should. I don't know why I didn't think to do that, bro.
I didn't either, to be honest. I was just so mesmerized by how cheap it was.
Yeah, it's 3,000 yen, which translates to what, $20?
Yeah, roughly, to be honest. Not even. But nah, bro, it was. And then I got a DSi.
What happened, bro?
So I was saying that when I got here, because we had hit up a few different places that were known to do like, used or like retro stuff, whatever.
And I don't know why I didn't think of this, but
hobby shops, they call it.
Yeah, they're being Japanese, bro. So a lot of the new stuff, like new Switch games, if they're Japanese, you can still play them on your English Switch because all you have to do is just switch it over to English. And it's not region locked. But a lot of the old stuff is region locked.
No, it's the opposite usually.
Switch games,
you can't download DLC and you can't go online with that shit, but you can still play it.
New stuff,
right?
That's which is what I do, what I need.
So, like, for like example, the shit that I have, the reason why it took so long to get in the first place was I don't know why the internet was fucking up on my phone. That shit was like a pain, but I was looking for something that had like a multifaceted purpose because they did have 3DSs there, and I did kind of want to get it.
Yeah,
but they were region locked.
Yeah.
Whereas for the DSi that I got, not only does it play DS games and Game Boy Advance games,
right.
It plays Japanese games, European games, and US games.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way I could not capitalize on this. Even for 3,000 yen, bro. Like, I mean, I should have assumed something was wrong with it, but it's just because everything is cheaper.
There was another one that was right next to it for 5,000 yen. And
it was a different color, though.
It was a different color and it was different size. Yeah, so maybe that's why it was, less, but yeah.
But that one probably worked.
So ultimately,
I mean, I say that.
Ultimately, the screen was kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, it's got like a coloring issue, which I do have somebody back home that I know that does work on these. So I am gonna talk to him about it to see, if he has ever done one of these and if he would be willing to.
I think so.
Do something about it.
Optimistically.
Yeah, and then I mean, if anything, bro. Cares, bro? I got a fucking Japanese DSi that plays a shitload of games,
right?
So
everything's a little green.
Yeah, the top is the green,
right?
I think I made out like a bandit, bro.
I think so. I think you can move if you're playing Game Boy games on it, you can move it to the bottom.
Yeah,
because you can move it like up and down or like which one is the screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do that.
The stylus. I do have to get a charger.
It has the stylus and it had like the little thing at the bottom. Like where
the slot.
Yeah, that's pretty dope,
bro. It was good shit, bro.
Yeah,
I think it was one of my best purchases here, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
So speaking of video games, claw machines, vending machines, what do you think, bro? What do you think?
That was one of my worst purchases.
That was all the same day, I think.
Yeah, it was. I won from
purchases
losing.
And his worst purchases were all on the same day.
Oh my god, man. The thing about me is
separate from him buying tens of thousands of yens worth of cards. Tell me about this claw machine, bro.
Oh my god.
Was that your only claw machine that you went after?
In that day, no. There was only one other one.
No.
I did try a few times.
I mean, in general. Like, did we do it?
Because we went to the one at the mall, and I did do it, and I did win there.
Yes.
But I lost the pack, and I was like, you know what? This is okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully a kid finds it and he gets something good out of it,
Well, so that's two birds. So we went to the mall. We went to the Gundam base. That mall was kind of nice. It had a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Bro, there's like a fucking Uniqlo like at every.
Bro, there's Uniqlo everywhere.
At every big building, there's a Uniqlo.
There's a flagship new Uniqlo in Ginza, but even that is not as big as the Uniqlo we went to. I think it was in Shibuya.
Maybe.
Oh my god, bro! That shit was like 6 floors. And the thing is, like, Uniqlo, I don't know if it's like everywhere because I haven't really been like back home, but
there's one in Orlando that I've been to, and there's a few.
Like, it's inexpensive generally.
Yes.
But like it's
inexpensive
bland
online.
As fuck.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's bland. It's minimalist.
Whatever you want to call it, bro. So that means the same shit to me.
No, because the thing that I like about it is that it's unique. Like in the name. Like it's legit. Like you buy a Mario shirt, it doesn't have Mario Kart on the front of your chest.
Okay,
it's got it in the shoulder. It's got it on the bottom right. It's got it on.
That's what I was gonna get to. Like when we went back up to like the specialized floor where they had like specials.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's different. So I was like, okay.
It's the same. It's the same. It's a touch of, without being like over, it's not a bunch of patterns. It's a signature thing on the pocket,
No, I got
on top of being so inexpensive. That's the reason, bro, I bought way too much clothes at Uniqlo. I bought like as much money as you spent on like packs I might have bought in Uniqlo alone.
I think so. I'm not gonna lie, you bought a lot of Uniqlo shit, bro.
But that's because it fits so nice. The material's really good.
Yeah, they had UV shit that I kind of did want to get.
Oh yeah, the 3M reflective.
UV reflection. Yeah. I think I don't know. I probably won't, but we'll see.
Yeah, I got clothes for my son. I know he's into Minecraft right now, but I didn't really see anything that was like.
They had a Minecraft store.
They did have a Minecraft store at the Where the Capcom
Gundam base.
Oh. Yeah. So we went to the Gundam base. That was nice. Went to the mall. They had there was a skate shop there.
Yeah.
There was
a skate park.
The skate park where they were teaching kids how to skateboard. That shit was fucking fire, bro. I didn't enroll my kid into that class 100%.
Hell yeah. They do this. You're gonna teach me.
It was nice. I was like, I can't believe they're doing that because there's a bunch of signs that say no skateboarding. So, like why would you like teach them how to commit crimes?
Nah, bro. I mean, every place has like sanctioned, like everything has like sanctioned places. Like,
right, there's a lot of
smoking boxes and shit you see in like different places.
Yeah, yeah.
But most of the streets you're not allowed to smoke on openly.
Right. Same with like scooters. Like there's a lot of spots where you can't bike and scooter through. We went to the Imperial Palace and there was a guy who was biking. Like
scream.
He was biking through like a crowd of people and the cop was like, do not bike here. And he was fucking blowing his whistle at him and he just did not give a fuck, bro. He was just plowing through all these people. And it was kind of funny. It was kind of fun to see.
It was a little funny, yeah.
Just because you and Gabe were all high on like, wow, Japan is so nice. Everybody follows the law. And I'm like, bro.
I mean, generally.
Generally,
compared to like, imagine.
So do we, bro.
No, hell no.
You think we're a fucking land of criminals?
Yes, absolutely. It's still the Wild West. It's just less.
You think it's the Wild West out there, bro?
Hell yeah. Being here for as long as I've been here now, like the handful of incidents that we've seen here would take not even a day to see if we were spending as much time outside back home.
Maybe. You
know what I mean?
We'll talk about the trash. There's like hardly any trash anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's because there's hardly any trash cans anywhere.
Yeah.
And I have this thing in my house where every room has a trash can. Just because I feel like I hate seeing trash not in a trash can.
Right.
So I don't want no excuse for my girl or my son to be like, why is this here? Like there's a trash can in this room. Put it in the trash can. So having a trash can does invite trash because what it does is if there's no trash can, then you hold on to your trash.
Right.
Ideally,
right.
But there is a lot of places, definitely in Shinjuku, and this is no shade to the Shinjuku, but even though, this is kind of the ghetto. There was a lot of trash, everywhere.
Yeah.
And even Maho was pointing it out. Like there's still trash. And you and Gabe were like, oh, I bet that was an American who left that trash there.
No, I never said that, bro.
I was like, bro, I bet that was a fucking local who fucking left that trash there.
I think low-key, what I think is that it is locals, but it's like kids because they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They just don't fucking care. I'll tell you,
they're raised to care. I feel like the kids respect, bro. We went to the
kids.
We went to that claw machine where you threw all that money into that claw machine,
right?
And I was kind of not following, but I was watching these guys go from machine to machine. Yeah, the kids younger than my son,
right?
And he actually did win one. Right. So because I was telling you that I think that all the claw machines are rigged.
They're always rigged, bro.
But this guy, they won.
Yeah.
So they saw that, they saw that I was kind of looking at them, and they were kind of like, the machine kind of fucked them over a lot.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
They were I could hear them joking like in my son's voice, but in Japanese, like what the heck? Like as soon as the claw machine dropped and it didn't pick up, like it didn't even drop all the way. It dropped like halfway, grabbed nothing, and then went up. He was like, oh, what? So I could heir him, and so I was laughing. I was sharing their laugh or whatever. And while you were at the claw machine, they both walked up to us and gave us soda.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Here, a souvenir for you to take to America." I'm like, "Thanks. I'm gonna drink this right now." So we were talking about if they're like maybe not allowed to drink soda or whatever that case is. But anything, I feel like kids respect more. Kids of a certain age respect more than adults,
right?
Who know better.
Because at the end of the day, it's kids, bro. Like kids, like
that little kids, little kids. I understand, but they don't have trash. Like kids those age that we saw, I feel like wouldn't do that shit. Versus like a fucking Yakuza guy who we saw, which we were on the train, and this guy, I'll try to tell the short version of the story. Basically, this guy this buzz-haired guy. And I do this thing where I kind of look everybody in the eye. I don't, stare at eye contact. I
can't do that shit anymore.
I kind of, come from the service industry.
I can't do that shit anymore.
I come from McDonald's. I come from Publix. You look people in the eyes. It's good practice to look at people in the eyes when you're talking to them.
Soul, or when you talk fucking homunculi.
When you talk to people, you look at them in the eyes. That's the best way to have a conversation with people, or in general. In general, that's the best way to acknowledge somebody else's presence is to look at them in the eyes. For at least a second or whatever. I went to New York or whatever, and we were doing this tour, and the lady at the museum was like, everybody find somebody in the room and lock eyes with them.
Oh yeah.
And I was fucking looking around, and nobody would hold my eye contact except for this Asian lady who we were making eye contact, and I was like,
wow, full circle.
I was like, you got me? She was like, yeah, I got you. And we were fucking just sharing a laugh because she also couldn't find somebody to hold eye contact with her. And even the lady was like, hey, see, look at how hard it is to find somebody. You know, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. People don't like to look at each other in the eyes.
That's true.
But whatever. So I'm looking at this guy, you know, we share eye contact or whatever. He's giving me dirty looks for even looking at him, because I will also say Japanese people by a hole don't look at you in the eyes. They don't really like, you know,
not really
look at you like that.
Not super long.
Not super long. Or not at all, to be honest. But then if they do, they're almost embarrassed that you saw them looking at you.
You know? Saw them that they were watching you.
So whatever. So this nigga fucking, he's looking at me. He gives me dirty looks or whatever, and then he bumps into some other guy who's a nice man, a nice old man.
Salary man.
I don't even know if he's a salary man.
I think I mean, maybe.
He had a suit on. He had a blazer. Everybody in a blazer is not a salary man, bro.
I just assume so, bro. I mean, he didn't have his briefcase, but, you know.
Right. So they fucking bump into each other, and then the Yakuza guy pushes the fuck out of him and drops his own phone and fled the fucking train. And then, you know, this girl picks up the phone. Is like, hey, is this your phone? And he's like, no, it's not my phone. It's the Yakuza guy's phone. So he fucking leaves or whatever. And I don't know, man. Like, that guy, I think, makes trash versus like the kids that we saw at the claw machine, you know?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that, bro. I'm talking about high school kids. Like, I feel like
they don't. And I feel like high school kids here are nicer than the adults, bro. We went out. So our friend,
you're talking about you using Yakuza as a fucking staple.
We don't even know if this nigga was Yakuza.
He most likely was, bro.
I don't think so. He had a fucking t-shirt on.
He was a little like, what does that mean?
He wasn't no high paid nobody, bro.
No, well, he wasn't a high paid, but he could have easily been a grunt. You know what I mean? Like, he had the looks about him, if I'm honest. Now, obviously, I could have been wrong. I didn't see a back tattoo.
You most likely are wrong. He didn't have any tattoos. He didn't look like Yakuza. He looked like a Mexican, bro. He fucking
What does that mean, though?
He had buzzed hair. He just looked like a guy.
Buzzed hair means Mexican? Like, that doesn't even make any sense.
He looked Mexican. He looked more Mexican than Yakuza.
That's what.
I'm not saying that he was Mexican.
That has happened so many times where a Mexican person has been called Asian.
Exactly. Yeah, our friend Karina and them, they look Asian,
right? But they're not. They're Mexican. That nigga's not Mexican. He's Asian.
He's not Mexican, but he's not Yakuza, bro. Okay, we're calling him Yakuza for the sake of the story.
I think he is a Yakuza. Right, but either way, another one of the things I will agree to disagree on. Fucking. I don't remember what the hell I was gonna say.
Well, so speaking of, we went to nightlife, bro. Tell me about the nightlife. You didn't stick around, so I have more to say on this than you. But what do you think about? Because we did go to some bars.
I mean, that was
one of the first nights and that most recent night. But I don't know. They don't have a lot of hip hop.
No, not really.
They do. We did do karaoke, which the karaoke is a lot different. They have karaoke rooms where you can sing as loud as you can, and they have like a bunch of songs that you can go from. But what do you think about the nightlife in general in Japan? Maybe even versus America.
I think there's more to do. I think you have more options of things to do, like in the nighttime, because obviously everything's open way later, obviously. But
bro, we went until the morning. We went until the sun came out.
Yeah, for real.
I have been chasing the sunrise since we got here, and I just been able to sleep in. The days that I was able to wake up because of jet lag or whatever, I wasn't able to get to where I need to see it. Like, I was up.
Well, yeah,
but we were in the city, so we can't really see the sunrise.
There's nowhere you can go around here.
So you have to drive in. You have to bike an hour outside of where we're at to even see the sunrise.
Fuck
but bro, we partied until the sun. We left the club and the sun was already out, bro.
Yeah, that's just hilarious.
So you think there's more places to go? I disagree. I think there's more places in America, bro, to go in a block's radius.
I think there's more places to go, but I think there's more things to do here, like
nightlife wise.
Tell me, because over there you're gonna go to a club, you're gonna go to a pool hall, or you're gonna go to fucking a bar.
Okay,
that's it.
Okay,
here, I mean, I haven't really seen that many billiard lounges. And I think they
Bro,
do.
the only fucking
exist,
billiard lounge
but-
that we have out here is a department store that uses the billiards table as a folding table. That shit pisses me off. Because I play pool. I like to play pool.
That shit is funny though. But here you have like a lot of different kind of like bars or whatever, and then you have karaoke, and karaoke stays open a decent hour.
It does.
I feel like karaoke is super nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
This your
you
first
could
time doing a
do other
karaoke?
shit. Yeah.
Wait,
I feel like the Japanese karaoke is way better than an American karaoke. Even though you can have whatever you want to choose in an American karaoke, it's like
not always. So I host karaoke, where I do karaoke off of like YouTube. So you come up to me, you tell me a song. If I can find it on YouTube, I have it.
yeah.
But in Japan, they have both, but they have more of
Like it's already a set like
it's a
list or,
room
like,
of karaoke. Like you have a private room where you can do karaoke.
Yeah, and you drink, and they have like tablets where they have like
the
songs already ready.
And you can at least the place that we went to, unlimited beer.
Right,
That shit was fire. We ordered them like 2-3 at a time.
That shit was so good, bro.
So we
Whiskey
don't-
highballs, bro.
We don't have private karaoke rooms like that in America. So
Right.
that's where I think it is a little bit better. But I will say, just us three in the room, and we all sung a song each at least. So I do kind of like,
I want to say 2 even.
no more than that for
Yeah.
sure. But I do like it when it's a big group of people, when a big room of people can sing karaoke.
Really?
I like it like that because then it's like we're all together singing karaoke. But I do like having the option of an individualized room because then you can get more songs in. Because we'll say, at where we stay at, like Mona Lisa's or another spot, you put your name down, you sing your song, and then if you want to go right again, you have to wait like 10 people to get on the list. Where here, you can fucking like 10
They
songs
even
in a row.
have an option to cut in if
They
you
do.
want to. If
They
you
do,
want
but
to
that's
go
because
again.
we're all together type of deal. So I do like the idea of a room. I wish we had more of that, but I feel like we said earlier, the Japanese people are a lot more shy. They're a lot more conservative. So they're not going to sing a song that you might not like in front of a bunch of other people. Versus like if we're in a party, we're kind of like in with each other,
Fair.
type of deal. So that might be an investment, like a karaoke bar where you can.
Bring that shit to America, bro.
Dude, I don't know why we haven't already. I mean, I'm sure it's in America somewhere, in New York, California, but at least where we stay,
right?
they don't have it.
Not in the dirty South.
Not the dirty South. Speaking of something a little bit more classy, how do you feel about the museums, bro?
Some of the museums are nice, and some of them are just museums, bro.
Okay, tell me the difference between a museum that's nice and a museum that's just a museum.
I mean,
We already talked about the Toy Animation Museum,
Well, yeah,
which was like maybe
that the
like
best
a
museum?
lunchroom that they turned into a museum.
I mean, kind of.
But we went to the National Museum of Tokyo, and which was located on the college, and we went to I think another museum,
We went to the Sword Museum.
the Sword Museum, and we went to the Origami Museum.
Yes.
But
that as well.
tell me your experience.
The National Museum was my least favorite, bro.
We spent all day there, bro.
I know.
Is that
bro.
why, though,
shit
or-
I mean, that might have something to do with it, just like the state I was in. But like either way, it was just a lot of walking around with like not a whole lot of like
Engagement.
yeah, like okay, for example, even when we went to the Origami Museum, like it was cool to look at, and then we met the sensei there.
I know. What's so funny about that, bro?
No, I don't know, bro. It was so I don't know.
He's
it
the
was just so
Origami
good.
sensei, bro.
I don't know.
This nigga was
Maho
nice.
Busting
She-
out laughing
yeah.
at that shit, bro. She doesn't understand the difference between teacher and sensei,
I guess. Only maybe though.
Yeah.
No, he was definitely an Origami sensei.
Yeah, for sure.
He was talking to us. He was talking to us in English,
right.
folding an origami without
Seamlessly.
even looking at his
Absolutely
hands, bro.
nothing, bro. Nothing. It was effortless.
He could have had his hands under the table for all we know, and it still would have turned out nice.
And he was telling us about all the times he had went to different. He was like, "Oh, where are you from?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every one
He's
of
like,
us
yeah.
would give a different answer, and he'd be like,
He's
"Oh
like,
yeah, I
I've
went
been
there."
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
I
remember
taught
where I
origami
went.
over there. Yeah. Oh, Brazil? Yeah, I taught all the doctors over there how to do origami. Oh, New York? Yeah, I love New York.
Bro, man, I've been doing origami for like 60 years, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is incredible.
No, he was nice.
That shit was
I didn't
amazing.
want to take classes there, and we went there kind of early because I wanted to get there early enough to be like, yo, I want to do origami. I have stupid fingers. I have poor dexterity.
You're dirty.
I cannot, I can't fold a burrito. Teach me origami.
And roll shit.
Nothing, bro. But I wanted to do origami.
Right.
So I bought some of his stuff. He's a master or whatever. I bought some of his books.
Obviously you got that crane fucking thing.
Okay,
you're gonna have to make it. So
yeah, I'll make it. They have the instructions, and it's easy enough. If you just follow the directions. But nah, it's just super nice, super duper nice.
Yeah, bro.
But the museums, the ones that were less engaging, they didn't have a master telling you.
Right. That's why I feel like that one's probably the top. I mean, obviously the toy animation is the top, but
how do you feel about museums in general, though? Because like a lot of the museums, I feel like in the world are like that, though.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I guess it would just depend on the individual, right? Like,
because we went to museums in New York.
Yeah,
was the same.
Well, when do we go to?
Went to like the MoMA. We went to
I feel like
another
art
one.
Museums are more my thing than like history museums.
Okay, so a painting is better for you than a collection of swords, a collection of armors.
I did
sculptures.
Like that though. I like if I had to rank all the museums that we went to this trip, it would be Toei at the top, and then the origami, then the sword museum, and then on the very bottom it would be the National Museum.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Because that's just, don't get me wrong, they had certain shit there, and like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of it was just empty void, bro. Like, I don't know, it was just like lifeless things that were just there.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's theirs, but it's like acquired artifacts.
Yeah. I mean, there were a couple things in there. Like, I felt energy in like some of the shit that was there, but I was just like, okay, well.
Energy, I think that's the right word.
I was like, all right, yeah, maybe. But no, the sword, I mean, I fucking love swords. So
yeah, it was just a bunch of like metal. They didn't even have like the handles.
Well, that's the part of it. Like, they told you, they show you how they fold the sword to make the sword. Because I used to watch the shit Forged in Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they make the blades and shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I like shit like that. Like, that shit is cool to me. So, like, how they have to, they show you the swords without the hilts because that's where the artist's signature is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and then the hilt is like a completely different thing. And then,
but they didn't have any hilts there at all.
Yeah, so that the people could see their like work or whatever.
Like, I feel like in the building, like, where's the hilts?
What I'm saying, I feel like a hilt would be somebody else's.
That's
thing.
another museum.
Yeah, no, for real, because it'd be like fabric or whatever.
Yeah,
like whoever made those types of things.
Yeah, it's part of the sword, bro. They should have had some hilts, bro.
No, I feel like that's a different.
Well, so how do you feel about the temples then? Is there any energy in the temples?
Yeah. More energy in the temples. I feel like that's because it's in nature, though. You know what I mean? And nature's always got energy generally, but
okay.
Like, no, the temples were really good.
Anyone that stood out more than the other?
The one we went to that I have to, what's tomorrow? Sunday? Probably have to do that shit tomorrow.
Oh, the Meiji Jing or whatever?
Yeah, because I got to get one of those fucking rings. I have to get that ring, bro.
Yeah. It's the temple that has like a fucking flea market in it.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it was pretty good. I got some stuff over there for people.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I got some kimono, or she won't listen to this. I got some kimonos for my sister and my nieces.
Boy, yeah.
Looking forward to.
Oh my god.
Move past it, bro. Let me move past it, bro.
Oh god, man! Oh, this nigga looking for a fucking kimono, bro. It is hilarious. I wish we could have.
It wasn't even a kimono, but it was like the
howdies.
Howdies. Yeah,
oh
which
god.
I found. I ended up finding.
Yes,
and I found at a different spot, which we had went to Shibuya, like maybe days before, and I was gonna get it there, but I'm glad I got it at
they didn't have the baby sizes over there, so
no. But I was gonna get my sister one there. and then we went somewhere else or whatever. And it's just all together. Like I got
this
her
one that I got, bro.
Yeah, bro. Captain Kilimanjaro right now is in one right now.
That shit is.
He's looking like a fucking Demon Slayer character.
Nah, bro, that shit's super fire. I think there's a picture of it. I'll probably put it up on my IG.
Put it up, bro.
I get like a collection of pictures and fucking I'll put it up there once we get back.
Yeah,
bro.
So some things I wanted to save. I mean, we're towards the end, kind of. Sumo. You want to do sumo or Pokemon Center?
I mean, you can talk about the Pokemon Center real quick. It's not like anything that
we went to two Pokemon centers. One in Tokyo and another one where? It wasn't in Shibuya.
It was in Shibuya. I think so.
It was?
Around there, at least.
Well, so the Pokemon Centers was pretty dope. There were people outside the Pokemon Cafe waiting for cancellations to try to get in.
Yeah, that's like a thing, bro. Like if you're gonna go to the Pokemon Cafe, make sure you get your tickets like way in advance.
There's no way to get a ticket to Pokemon Cafe in advance.
I mean, you can, bro. It's
almost like trying to get sneakers on a raffle. Like you need a bot to get tickets to the Pokemon Cafe.
I mean, almost.
Because me and Gabe every day were looking for a week to get tickets, and there was no way.
Though. Like I'm
even
talking 6 months in advance.
No, you can't get it 6 months in advance,
or maybe 2 or 3. But
no, 30 days in advance is as far as you can go.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to look. I'll probably start looking by the time we get back. Just to fucking see.
30 days is as far as you can go, and every day at like 7 in the morning. Which is like whatever the time is over here. They sold out.
They sold nighttime, bro. It's
sold
now.
out, bro. They sold out every day.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like you know what I mean? Like everybody's coming home. Everybody's home from work by now. You know what I mean? If they're not going out anywhere.
Yeah.
It's 8. It's what is it? 7?
It's 9.
It's 9:30 now. That means it's 8 o'clock in the fucking morning back over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
8:30. Yeah, but the Pokemon Center was nice. I got a lot of shit. I feel like I got not the most shit from the Pokemon Center, but I got like a good amount of good shit. I like Pokemon though.
The pillow, I feel like that pillow is
I got
cool
2 pillows.
Move.
I got a bunch of shit for my brother. I got some stuff for me. I got some stuff for my son.
I did get this fire ass AirPod case though.
Captain Kilimanjaro got an AirPod case. I got a Sleepy Pikachu Rowlet plush. Nah, Pokemon Center was a good place to be.
It was. Obviously, I got packs there too, but
yeah,
that was like that main reason for going. But like I don't know, they did have a lot of cool shit there.
Yeah, surprisingly. And I've been to the Pokemon Center website. I got some stuff from there, like what is it? Snowmobiles, snow globes, and other things like that. But no, it's cool to like see.
See it in real time.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
The one in, I don't think it was Shibuya. It was somewhere else, but
it was wherever the Capcom factory. It was like where Nintendo was. We went to Nintendo as well.
Right. They had a Mewtwo there.
They did, yeah.
A gestating Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was actually kind of cool. I do have a few pictures of that.
Bro, I took 1,000 photos on my camera.
In a day.
No, in a day. At the museum, I took 500. But every day, I at least took 200 photos.
Hundreds of pictures, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying before. Like I cleared 20 gigabytes worth of space on my phone before this trip, and I'm already about full, all from pictures, bro. Straight pictures, bro.
Yeah. What about the anime scene? Because we went to Akihabara.
Akihabara. I mean,
what do you think? Kind of discount or what?
Nah, I mean, not really. It's like I feel like it's more about manga than anime, but even then, it's still, like it's still better. Good. Yeah, like I feel like it's still a good amount. Like you can find plenty of shit. There's plenty of stores that have different kind of shit there. What is it called? Book Up or Book Off or some shit like that. Where I found a bunch of. Well, I mean, there was a bunch of different shit, but I got since they finally announced officially that they are working on Steel Ball Run.
Okay.
I got the first issue of Steel Ball Run.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm going to read that. I might pick up at least the next issue before we head back. But
yeah, I got a Shonen Jump. I got a weekly Shonen.
Yeah, bro.
We got some magazines. We won't disclose, but we got some.
I mean, yeah. I wasn't going to mention that, but yeah.
We got some magazines.
When in Rome, you know what I'm saying? when in Nihon you do it the Nihonjin do, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
So the big thing, bro, sumo. Tell me how you put it at the top of your list. And we haven't been to Universal yet as of recording.
Right. So Nintendo Land might take that.
Right. So tomorrow's our last day in Tokyo, and then we have 2 to 3 more days in Osaka, but you put sumo at the top of your list.
Sumo was good, bro.
Tell me.
Sumo was just super good. I feel like for one event, it did take all day, but like
we were there at like 8 in the morning.
So there's that.
And it didn't get started until 2:30.
It started at like 9, bro. But the
prelim started at 9
to 2, right?
We're watching JV sumo, bro.
Yeah, exactly. 9 to 2 was like amateur hour, but then the heavy hitters didn't come until a few hours after that. Like 2 was like the intermediate stages, and then like after, I think it was like 4 o'clock started like the big names or whatever.
Right.
But bro, I will say, like, I have pictures and videos of before and after, and like another aspect of the Japanese culture, bro, is just like we went in there so early and it was so fucking quiet, bro.
Yeah, there was nobody there.
It got like later on, and then you could see that like, okay, this is a sporting event.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like,
I told Gabe that, bro. He's like, I was like, bro, I'm gonna be hyped. Like when the sumo gets started, I'm gonna be hyped. Like I watch, bro. I'm not really a sports guy. You know, I watch it when it's on, but I don't follow it off the court like I do like movies. You know,
right?
Like I follow all this shit or whatever, but when it's on, I'm into it. Right. So, especially if I'm there, I knew it was like I was gonna pick like it's a fight between 2 guys.
Right.
You pick a favorite, and if your guy's winning, then you get hyped. If he's losing, then you get hyped.
Right.
You know? And something that we learned is the longer the bouts, the more boisterous everybody gets. Because you know
that's a fight though too. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a fight, and most of the time they end in like under a minute, under 30 seconds.
Right.
You know, they just push each other out of the ring, but whenever it does last 30 seconds or higher, the crowd just gets so boisterous, bro.
Well, just because it's so easy for the match to be over. Because either you push them out of the ring or
just push them down,
your
bro.
knees touch the ground.
Just
or whatever.
Push them down, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
There was a lot of, not I want to say young guys, but a lot of skinny guys who I didn't think that they were going to win. And they ended up winning.
Yeah, bro.
Because all you got to do is, you know, jump out of the way. All you got to do is,
there was a couple of
you know, air quotes. All you got to do, but you just got to know. It's more judo than sumo when you're a skinny guy in sumo.
I feel like, I mean, that too, but I feel like it's not like, you know, like you automatically look at a bigger dude and just assume that he's got more, you know, he's stronger, but that's just not always the case. Like if I'm looking at sumo, I'm automatically going to assume that the skinnier guy is stronger.
Why?
Because I think muscle weighs more than fat does. So if you're looking at a smaller dude,
yeah, bro. But I got videos.
More like he's more muscular than the bigger man is.
Yeah, but there's fights where the little guy is giving it his all.
Well, yes, of course.
He cannot lift this guy at all, bro. The fucking absolutely. Big guy, you know, I mean, size.
We can't deny the obvious. You know?
Yes, bro.
But no, there have been more than a few times where
speed is what I think the skinnier guy, smaller guy has over strength.
Usually,
strength,
too,
I give it to the big guy, bro.
Nah, bro. There have been a couple of times where the smaller dude
we're not talking about bench pressing something. We're talking about lifting another man, out
another
of
person,
the ring, bro.
Because that's water weight. Like
water weight, whatever it is, lift it. Water, gas, solid, whatever.
But we for people who lift weights, like there's a conversation about the difference between like actual weight and like water weight. So
go ahead.
You know what I mean? It's like fucking. It's a different kind of thing. Like altogether, but either way, it's, you know, there have been a few times where the skinnier like combatant was holding the fucking bigger one in his tracks to like tire him out or whatever, and then just like push him out.
Bro, the slaps, you know what I mean? Bro, that E Honda shit is legit, bro. Slap it in the face.
Yeah, for real. Straight face slaps, bro.
That shit was fire. I'm glad we went to the sumo.
It was a good time.
Put it in my top 5. I don't know if I would put it all the way to the top just because we did leave like maybe 2 hours into it.
I mean, yeah, but we didn't miss the best fights.
There was some good fights that we missed. Maybe, we don't know what we missed, because we missed them. But
no, I think
the hype fights were at the end.
Yeah,
but no, there was some good fights in the prelims that we saw.
Right, exactly.
It was nice, bro.
No, it was good, bro. Because I can't really, like I said, obviously Universe is coming up, but like I can't really
think of something better than the sumo.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the top 5 is still kind of tough, but
if I had to do top 5, I put sumo on there. No particular order. Sumo. Yeah. The nightclubs were nice. I know you didn't stay too long, but bro, we fucking partied. It was nice. The drinks were inexpensive. Just because the whole island is inexpensive. The people were nice. The people we were with were nice. I want to say the mall. The mall was pretty good. I'll just give the whole shopping experience. Don Quixote was kind of nice, but I feel like the mall was... I got more shit at Don Quixote, but the mall was a better vibe.
Overall experience.
Yeah. Specifically Magnet, because each floor...
Well, yeah, because you got a bunch of shit from there.
Right. But the record shop, I'll just throw that in with Magnet.
Right.
The record shop was nice. I got a bunch of kimonos for me and my family. All inexpensive, secondhand.
Right.
The conveyor belt sushi place, I put that on there if we're still counting. That's number 4, we'll just say.
Right.
And then last, the temples. The museum I'll leave off just because, I've been to, like, it is, I don't think it was boring, but it wasn't as engaging as like other engaging museums. Maybe if I had like an audio book, or
a museum.
Yeah, because it was kind of quiet. It was kind of like you go into a room with a bunch of like dimly lit articles or artifacts, and then you walk out.
The best thing about that museum was the stamps.
They were nice stamps, but like even then, like there was like a breath of like energy in between where like you do not a tarot card reading, but you would see like what if you dream, if you dreamed of like waterfalls, what that meant. Yeah. I wanted more stuff like that, to be honest.
Right.
But which they did have in New York, but yeah, that's my 5 right there.
Top 5. Let me see. I guess I'll do no particular order. Fucking sumo. I don't even know, bro. There's just so many different good ones. I mean, what to put in a top 5 though? I don't even know. I feel like I would have to reserve a top 5 for the shit that's coming tomorrow, because I feel like that's gonna be an incredible experience. Fucking
we're planning on going to festivals tomorrow. There's a festival. We're gonna go to the Team Labs. It's like a Meow Wolf, but it's Japan.
Everybody does that shit. Like whenever they do Japan videos, there's always videos of that shit in there. Yeah. So I feel like it's an experience I definitely want to have.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh, we're going to the zoo tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So there's still more stuff to be had. We're just, we're kind of doing this episode at the end, towards the end of the trip, but not at the end. So
right, like I mean, the Pokemon Center was straight, but it wasn't even my like a favorite experience for me. Like I was like, oh, this is cool. I've been here. That's pretty much it. All
right, man. And then, like we say at the end of every episode, tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
Man, that was real pathetic. What can I say? Tune in next time to the Hyperbolic Podcast when your narrator, the real narrator, invites you to come see these guys, the Saiyan crew. I guess that's it. So I'm going back to my house. See ya.